Hello, hello, hello. Um, we're back. And after a couple of days of sketching, mostly off camera, I've set up a flash sheet, which is the next thing I'm going to be working on. It's Japan themed flash sheet, of which I had like hundreds of ideas, so I had to tone it down to just like 3 or 4 for the flash sheet. And then I'll be doing another couple flash sheets, Japan themed, but I'm going to the UK in 1 week today. So I won't have time to do that. So I'll just be focusing on this one. As long as this one's finished by the time I leave, I'm happy. And then I'll be working on the other ones when I'm back in the UK. Hopefully I've got enough time, space, etc. to be able to paint and stuff while I'm there. But I am a bit, it's a sticky situation out there. Basically, it's looking like I'm going to be homeless and I'm going to be sleeping in the airport or camping outside somewhere. But we'll see. It might be sorted out, I don't know. Hopefully, it should be. But yeah, so this is the kind of sketching that I've been doing recently. This is just like a very rough sort of sheet. And then I had this idea of these torii gates with sort of the Irezumi Wabori background kind of thing inside them, which I actually really like the idea. I don't think I've seen anyone else do that. And I have seen do miniature backgrounds, which I like, but then I like the frame of the torii gate. I think that's quite nice. So done that, done a bunch of different backgrounds. I've gone for just 3 different ones. So rocks, water, wind, earth, water, wind. Basic elements, nature elements. And then I'll be, fire obviously doesn't really have a background, it's more of a feature. I think I was talking about that in the last video as well. But yeah, so a couple more. So the bonsai, dude, I really like the bonsai, but I didn't feel like they would fit this flash sheet, so I've left it for another flash sheet. But I do really like the idea of maybe a whole flash sheet of bonsai. I don't know. Something that seems to be quite easy to just freehand as well. So, and to fill like weird, awkward spaces, it might be onto something. We might be onto something. And then this is my favorite one by far. Just a load of flowers, peonies, chrysanthemums, fans. So these are the 2 concepts that I've carried onto this flash sheet, which is 2 fans, one with a peony, one with a chrysanthemum. And yeah, so I'm going to be setting it all up today to be able to paint it. This is the layout that I've gone for. I think it's a really nicely filled out flash sheet with good enough breathing room, good enough stuff going on, even the little space that I've designed for the stamp to be in. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with this flash sheet. So yeah, let's get straight into it. The first thing I do when I'm preparing a flash sheet, because this is obviously just a printout, I need to put it onto real nice paper. So first thing I do, cut out some of the edges. And why do I cut out the edges? The only reason, the only purpose is so that I can stick the piece of paper on top of it, kind of thing. You'll see what I mean, and I've done it in other videos as well. It's getting, I don't know, the streaming is alright. It seems to get me out of whatever my head is doing whenever I get into a bit of a overthinky situation, but also it still feels a bit performative. It still feels so like, hey guys, how you doing, kind of thing. That's not me. That's really not me. I'm more of a chilled out, just relaxed. I don't think I'm going to find much of an audience by being like that, at least not on YouTube. I might move on to Twitch, I might try and do both at the same time. I still need to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I think that Twitch might have better community vibes. As long, the thing is, I also don't know if I can stream straight onto Twitch, because for example, for the YouTube stream, I can't see comments, I can't see stuff like that, because I'm doing it through Camo. Camo is like a program, an app on the iPad that you kind of just upload your capture card into and then work from there. So I can see the cameras, I can see the screens, I can see what you guys are seeing, but I can't see the comments or anything like that. And hopefully with Twitch you can actually do both, you know, but I might need two screens, which just seems incredibly tedious and silly for me. Let's get this tape. Arches, the big boys. There should be a page ready to just whip out without needing to put anything. Yes, very nice. Use this side. This is the front. This is the back. I like the back. It's a bit less ruggedy. Ruggedy. So yeah, once I've got that, get that front side, center it how you want it. I'm also still a bit sick, so apologies for my voice and the coughing and sniffling that will be going on throughout the video. Although I might just give myself some background Spanish radio vibes sort of thing. Yeah. This part does matter, but I mean, I did the whole layout already, so it's just a matter of centering it. Although when it printed out, it always does this, when it prints out a tiny bit smaller, and then I have to print out a little bit bigger and adjust the spaces just to make sure that it's exactly how I want it to be. This is a very line heavy flash sheet. Most of the other flash sheets I've done are more like the attentions in the fill, the attentions in the sort of colours and stuff, which this one will be as well, but this one is super line heavy as well. Like all the little details in the fans, all the little details inside the Torii gates. I'm still not too sure how I'm going to end the bottom of the Torii gates. I'm not sure if I'm going to fade it downward or if I'm going to do the typical Japanese bodysuit ending kind of curves or dots, or whichever one I decide to go for. I really do like that though. I like how it's looking. And just anchor it in 2 places, maybe 3. Depends on how you're feeling. I think I'm just going to do 2. Let's see how that is. I can see it through the window, so I'm all sweet. Yep. Cool. And then tape it down. For this I do use a bit more tape, just because I don't really want to, this part, I just kind of want it to stay there like for good. I don't want to be moving it about at all while I'm drawing. This light box is great, but it's a bit annoying because I keep tapping the on button whenever I'm drawing on that side. But it's alright. So what I was watching before I started live streaming today was Hermano Mayor with, I can't remember his name, some guy reacting to it. Hermano Mayor, for those who don't know, for those who aren't Spanish, is basically Super Nanny, but for teenagers. And it's usually like addicts and stuff like that, and people who are super rude to their parents. And yeah, it's really entertaining. It touches people's sensitive fibers because people like they see themselves in these wasteful humans. I see a lot of people being like, "Oh, such a dickhead. Oh, such a yeah, whatever." But I low key feel bad for them because most of them have just been like, dude, it's not fully their fault that they're assholes. Like, at some point, you do have to take responsibility, but when the parents keep blaming it on you in that sense, then it's not fully you. It's also on them. But this is a good show because it kind of shows that side as well. Like they'll put responsibility where it's sort of placed. Yeah, super entertaining show to be fair. It's old. It's like 15, 20 years old. I remember watching it when I was a kid, like, oh my god, did he just say that to his mum? Still kind of do react like that. But yeah. Cool. So I am charging my camera battery, but I need the same cable for this. So let's just get that plugged in. See if I can see through it. I can't see through it. I'm going to need to close the blinds, close the curtains. Give me a second. Also need to change the camera because it's currently set on top of the window frame for the purpose of the angle. See what I mean? Like, just tapping it just turns off. So I can see it, but I would like to see it more. I would like to see it even. Apologies for the background aircon noise as well. It is stupidly hot here in Fukuoka. I'm considering staying in the UK a bit longer than I was. So initially it was going to be like a 1 month stint, but I am considering doing sort of 2-3 months instead. I am loving Japan though. It's just logistically might make more sense. Cool. Everything's still visible, everything's still good. Let's get right into it. I'm going to use, no, I'm not going to use a 2H pencil. I'm going to use a HB pencil. HB pencil. Sorry, my desk is not unlimited space. So twist it down a little bit more so it's more visible for you guys. Cool. Let's sharpen the pencil. Super important to have a sharp pencil for this part. Well, it's important always, but for this part it always feels extra important because you're essentially giving yourself the guidelines for the future painting. And if your guidelines aren't good, if your guidelines aren't sharp, then, well, you're fucked. Right. I don't know to start. It's all quite sort of tedious. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with the rocks on this one. Because I kind of want my hand to warm up first as well. Because if I get straight into the straight lines, doable, but maybe a little shakier than if you get your hand warmed up first. the Champions League final yesterday. Congrats PSG. I hope they don't win it again, because I'm a Real Madrid fan. And that would be a little annoying. Because I like the fact that we're the only ones who's won it 3 times in a row. Although we did win it 5 times in a row in the 50s. So they can't really say shite. So when I'm tattooing this would definitely be fine line stuff. And I really like the contrast of the fine line. Japanese background and the boulder Torii gate. So it's one that you really kind of will have to look at when it's tattooed. And you can see the bold Torii gate, and then the deeper you look, the more you find. And that's kind of the concept of the whole flashy, actually, because it's the same thing with the fans. The fans is like a very clear silhouette fan, a bit of a flower coming out of the frame. Then if you look deeper, there's little details in the fans and loads of little details in the flowers. And I like that. I like my detail. I do. Right, into the background. Into the background of the background. So this isn't actually like a bodysuit background kind of thing, because you wouldn't have rocks and a waterfall. I mean, you might, but there's a very clear composition in these, or at least in this one, where there's like, it's like a scene. And it's like the water flowing out of the rocks, and then there's like the rock in the foreground, the rock in the background, and some clouds in the background. I was really kind of thinking about the composition of it, really, and I actually really like how it's come out, especially now that I'm doing it with pencil. I really do like it. So let's get right into these straight lines. It's also the Real Madrid presidential elections. I know I was talking about that in the last video as well. And it's exciting times for Real Madrid. Why is that? Because it means signings. the exciting part of the season, especially if you're Real Madrid, because you never know whether you're going to get Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe, Bellingham. Bellingham. I'm a fan of Bellingham, but I don't love Bellingham. He's not my aesthetically. He's not my kind of player. Like, I don't think he plays that like super beautiful football kind of thing. I'm more of a Isco, Arda Güler, Özil. They're my kind of jam. And I'm a big Real Madrid fan. I do love football. It would easily be my sort of second passion after tattooing. And tattoos. Dude, yeah. So this would be a bold outline Tory gate, maybe with a 8 or something like that. There's enough space everywhere that I can actually get away with that. An 8 isn't an 8 pen, maybe a 9 liner or 11 liner. Maybe 11 is a bit overkill. And then do the inside with the 0.5 or the 1 or the 0.1 or 0.3, just with either the thinnest or the second thinnest that I've got. So like a tight 3 liner probably. One that if it was tattooed it would definitely be a 3 liner. Or a tight 3. That's for the inside background, not for this bit. This bit, still. Same sort of thing. I've done the bases a little bit too wide for my liking, so I'm just going to go on the inside of the line, still follow the line, but just on the inside of them, to take away that like 2 millimeters, 1 millimeter either side, and at the bottom as well. So on the inside. On the inside, and slight curve at the bottom, not much, just a slight curve. That's one design drawn, and I'm going to move my way up and do the fan. I'm going to zoom into that. I want to get some nice footage. This one loads of straight lines, so many ways of doing straight lines, man. Well, so many, there's like 2 or 3 ways. One pass, or build them up slowly. When I'm tattooing, I usually do the one pass, but when I'm drawing, I usually do them like this. This design also has loads of line weight variations, which I think is what's going to really make the whole sheet pop. Just really play around with the line weight variations. Thick outline, and yeah, thick outline in general. Slightly thinner, really thin flower. But dude, this has to be quite thin as well, because there is a lot going on. And this is why you need a sharp pencil for this sort of part of the job. I can hear it. I can hear the pencil kind of grinding against the paper. I'm going super soft, but still. Patience I gotta have with this light box. It's annoying because I don't think I can get quite as accurate as I'd like with the pencil. Let's go slowly. Maybe I have to keep sharpening the pencil kind of thing. And this part I can definitely, not freehand as such, but yeah, just once I'm on with the pen, I can do it. Equally, like, nice. Just guiding it for now. As long as the straight lines are there, I can kind of do it. But it's always nice to have the extra detail. Is this too detailed for a tattoo? I think it's right on the edge of no, it's okay. If I were to do any of these designs a little bit smaller, then yeah, I would take some detail away. This internal sort of thing, and then there's little circles on each one of these as well. So maybe get rid of those circles. Now, really fucking drives me mad. You can tell, can't you? I'm so mad. This kind of thing is also amazing practice for actual tattooing, because you are following a stencil, you are trying to get your line to be as clean as possible, you don't want to press too hard. The basic technical aspects of tattooing are also here. About the Champions League. Congrats PSG, as I said. I was rooting for Arsenal. I hope PSG don't win it again next year. I hope Real Madrid win it again next year. I think we've got a chance, especially with Mourinho back. But what I was going to say is, I forgot what it was that I was going to say. It really does drive me mad. I don't think I've ever done it so much. Intrusive thoughts, man. Just like, oh shit. You know when you're doing something that requires a bit of focus and then suddenly you can think about anything but that. It's kind of the situation that I'm going through right now. Just a lot of stress about my return to the UK. The living situation, the girlfriend situation, everything. It's just a little bit stressful. So confused about this now. There's a gap here, I don't know what it is. Right, I figured it out. Very small, little fine detailed stuff. Sorry for covering the screen right now. That's another one done. Let's move on. Slow and steady with this sheet. Fun part comes when it's painting time. I was trying to skip one, but they're uneven numbers. So if I skip one, it's not clean. So I'm just going to do it by eye. Still not clean, but better. And this one's like the whole wrong way round. So. I feel a strong urge to do tempo shops right now. Very, very random. We're maybe like a quarter of the way, maybe just under a third of the way. I'd say just a third. Just with the line. I think this middle one's my favourite one. I kind of want to tattoo it myself, I'm not even gonna lie. Just a cool design. This is the Torigate here. Usually I would do the Japanese lightning in red, but I think since the Torigate is gonna be red, a yellow lightning would be cool. I want to explore a couple more colours for the lightnings as well, like a purpley. I'm not actually a big fan of purple. Some people just have an eye for different colours. I'm not a purple kind of guy. I like pink. Ooh, a pink lightning might be cool. Electricity can be represented as pink in different sort of illustrations, scenarios, whatever. So that might actually be a really good idea. It just has to be the right kind of pink, not just... not like a peachy. Well, peachy pink could be nice as well, actually. Not exactly peachy, but I know what I'm thinking. Here you go. We're moving. We're moving. Oh, holy shit. Very tight, very detailed, loads of lines. Doable if you're very careful with a 3-round liner. Any smaller than this, nah, not worth it. Insides, because I've done the bases a little bit too thick. Insides, very slight curve. feel like my shoulder's carrying loads of tension around this piece. Cool. That's another one done. I'm not sure what prices these pieces have. That's a hard thing with tattooing as well. Especially if you're charging per piece. If you're charging per hour, it's like, alright, cool, per hour. Japan, they charge per hour. But in Japan, tattooing is considered a proper craft. It's not just like artsy. I want my name. Nah. In Japan, it's like, if it takes long, it takes long. You pay for it. It's what it is. Of course, there's certain artists that could take the piss, and I'm quite a slow artist myself. So I don't like doing per hour. I am getting quicker. But that's not my goal specifically. I want to be the right speed. I want to make sure that my work is clean, solid, well saturated. And all that just does take a bit of time. Crack my fingers. I'm gonna finish this sort of sheet process, and then I'm gonna stop the stream there as soon as I've done the whole thing. But I might take a little break after this cherry blossom, just to like rest my eyes, because they're staring at the light pretty intensely. And they're starting to get a bit sensitive. I'm a sensitive guy, what can I say? It is a tough life. It is also a blessed life though. then after this it's only the other fan and the other Tory gate. So we're now probably way past 50%, although this fan is much more detailed than this one, even though they look very similar. Actually, it's not much more detailed because this one doesn't have this internal sort of decorations. I might do them anyway though. I might just draw them on from scratch. I think they do add. So less is more, but too little is not enough. There you go. Perfect. These two have come out real nice. The days are merging together, man. I've been just drawing so much that the days really are starting to merge together. I need to do something about it. Cool. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna leave the stream running, but I'm gonna just go off camera for a minute, man. That's all I needed, just 2 minutes. Drink some water, quickly. And ready to continue. Ready to finish this sheet off. I'm going to sharpen the pencil again. It is sharp, but I just want to sharp up. That's better. Fuck's sake. I need to press it down here. So sorry if I cover the image a bit. I forgot to draw the knot here, so I'm just going to have to hand draw it. I have a feeling this sheet is actually going to be much quicker to paint than the previous sheets. Because the Torii gates are just plain red. There's a bit of black. The Sakura, a bit of shading on them. Still just not shading, but like a bit of an effect with the color, like a bit of a blend, but not super blend heavy. The fans, I think they're also going to be pretty solid colors. I think. Haven't figured that out yet. I might do a bit of testing tomorrow or later today. It is 1:37 here PM. But yeah, dude, my days really are blending together, so I'm gonna have to get out and do something different. But yeah, man, for this year, for Real Madrid, dude, I was trying to do every combination possible, and there's just no good Real Madrid team. Like, we've got too many midfielders, but we're missing a specific type of midfielder. All the midfielders we have are either very destructive of play, or very much engines. Like Camavinga's an engine, Fede Valverde's an engine, Tchouaméni is destructive, Camavinga's destructive. We don't have like a solid guy to hold the tempo of the game. The thing is, those guys usually don't stand out in the defensive side of the game. So my ideal player, probably for the midfield, Vitinha. He's impossible though. Although if Mourinho is with us, there is a chance. I think his agent is the same agent as Mourinho, so there is a legitimate chance. But he has just won the Champions League with PSG and Luis Enrique. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. I'm so proud of Spanish football. I've been watching a load of Spanish media about the Champions League final. They were like, well, in the Spanish media, they said whoever wins, Spain wins, even though there's no Spanish team in the Champions League. And all the Spanish independent, like YouTubers and stuff like that, they were saying like, well, no, because we don't have a Spanish representative, blah blah blah. I've lived away from Spain since I was 11 years old, but I am Spanish, and that is my pride, honestly. Like football, Spanish football, so much pride for that. Also, I was in boarding school when Spain won the World Cup, so I got to laugh at a lot, not laugh, but I got to celebrate in front of a lot of haters. And yeah, man, I do actually believe that although there was no Spanish team representative, Spanish football did win, because it was Luis Enrique versus Arteta, and Yeah, man. But that's how I feel. That's not how everyone feels. But yeah, man, I think I do want to pick up sort of coaching a kids team in my free time or whatever. I want to be more involved in football in general, because I know how happy it made me, and it still does, man. I still play often. Not as often as I'd like, but I've had some neck issues recently, probably because of drawing and painting and because of this position in which I'm literally just neck bent, shoulder up here. Let's try and relax the shoulder actually, and keep drawing with a relaxed shoulder. That might help a bit. Also, I'm going to turn this brightness up a little bit. Alright. Relax the shoulder. But yeah, that's something I'd like to do. Not even as a side hustle, but as a side activity. If I can make money out of it, then even better. But I don't know how much money you can get paid to be like a coach at a youth club kind of thing. Probably not a lot. We're almost done with this one, and then there's just the final torrigate still to do, and then this flash sheet will be ready to be lined, which will take just as long as this has taken me to do, so about an hour, something like that, hour 15, hour 20. It's not nothing, definitely not nothing, but it's not stupid long either. It's part of the process here. And this all helps with tattooing as well, so I'm not mad at it. No, the chair doesn't go any higher. yeah, so Real Madrid signings I won this summer. Back to the important topics. I said Vitinha, he would be my centre mid go-to. I would happily exchange sort of Camavinga and Valverde for Vitinha. And then we'd still have Bellingham and Tchouaméni and Arda Güler and Nico Paz. Get rid of 2 pretty hefty wages as well to bring in someone who's got a bit more experience. Probably gets paid a bit more than Valverde and Tchouaméni. Valverde and Camavinga. But probably not more than both together. Let's do the note. There you go. Yeah, so Vitinha, my first one. And then, unfortunately for PSG, they're going to have to sell us Akraf as well. Hakimi. Best right back in the world. He's from Real Madrid Academy. Incredible player, so unique. Such a powerhouse. And we do have Trent Alexander-Arnold in that position. But honestly, both Trent and Akraf can act as centre mids. Akraf is more of a run the wing kind of right back. Trent is more of a play the ball, although Akraf can play the ball as well. And then the other one I need is Olise. Rodrigo's out with a broken knee. He broke his ACL a few months ago. He'll be back for, I think, October-ish. And Olise is just a different gravy player, isn't he? Different sauce. Different sauce. So yeah. Sell Valverde. Sell Camavinga. Though I absolutely love Camavinga. If he was happy to stay as sort of a backup option, keep him. As long as it doesn't interfere with us getting that tempo guy, that Vitinha. What other options are there for that position? Neves? No, not Neves. Yeah, Neves? Mendes? I'm not sure. The other PSG guy. But I mean, PSG just have the best players, so. On the Real Madrid did, but. Yeah, Desiree Doué and Arda Bowler. Cool. So I think we're done with the fan. We are done with the fan indeed. Yeah. And now, move on to the last little bit. This. The Torrigate, the water Torrigate. I think it's like 6 AM in Spain at the moment. 7 AM, 6 AM, 5 AM in the UK. I'm not too sure. Inside, make sure you get it a little tiny bit smaller, or just make sure I do it, because you're not doing it, I'm doing it. So yeah, my Real Madrid 11, let's go back to that, because that shit gets me excited. Courtois in goal. Oh. Militao, Rudiger, centre back pair, or Militao, Hausen, Huysen, or Rudiger, Hausen, Huysen. And if we can get Konate as well. He's not signing a new contract with Liverpool, I don't think. But he was asking for a lot of a sign-on fee. I think he wanted like 20 million sign-on fee or something like that. What the hell? Crazy. Also, the bold move I would do. This is if we're restructuring the whole team. Sell Vinicius. Sell Vinicius for anything over 150 mil, really I'd consider it. Arab teams have that kind of money, as do the Prem. But the Prem for some reason doesn't spend, so they'll spend like 700 million in transfer window, but they won't spend like 100 million in one player. It'll be like 590 million players, which is a bit weird. And that's why they can't compete with Spanish football. No, I'm joking. Spanish football's broke compared to Prem football. Torrigate has been outlined. Now, the water. So yeah, my goalkeeper's Courtois. I already said my centre backs. Hopefully get Konate. I'm happy with Trent as a right back. I think defensively he is a bit questionable. But what's happened there? But he is a baller. I don't think he's much of a Mourinho type of player though. My sentiments, it depends how we want to play. If we want to play a 4-3-3, or go back to the old school Mourinho 4-2-3-1. I think 4-2-3-1 in today's football is a bit risky. Because if you lose possession, you're fucked. But yeah, so I'd have, if it's a 4-3-3, I'd have Vitinha, Tchouaméni, Bellingham. And then I'd have the top three being Olise, Rodrigo, Mbappe. Because we've sold Vinicius. And we've bought Olise. And Rodrigo's playing on his natural side, instead of being stuck on the right side where Olise can thrive. And then subs / rotation players, because these guys will definitely get some minutes. Arda Güler, Nico Paz. So that's the thing, if I was to play a 4-2-3-1, I'd have a Vitinha, Tchouaméni, and then the number 10 would be Arda Güler, which then takes Bellingham out of the game. But honestly, Bellingham gives you a very competitive edge, but in terms of football, it doesn't give you that much. He's got a good touch, he's decent. I don't know, man, it's just, he feels clunky to me. Feels clunky to me. But yeah, so my signings are Akraf, Vitinha, and Olise. And then if Konate wants to sign for free, he's welcome to. If he doesn't, we'll bring back Jacobo Ramon. And I think getting rid of Valverde and Camavinga, whilst Valverde is an absolute baller, and so is Camavinga in my opinion, it's about the balance of the team. Much more about the balance of the team at this point. Because we have the players, man. Like, you've just heard me name out half the team, and in terms of names, we have the players. It's the balance. We've got destructive players, defensive, strong midfielders, but we don't have a tempo guy. Arda Güler's not quite there yet. Not in the number 5 role, not in the number 6 role. Turn this a little bit. There you go. So that's the flash sheet now done. You can't really see it much, but give me a second. All drawn just for use. And that's the next painting project coming soon. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I've gotten a couple of views on this one. If I haven't, I couldn't care less. I'll be uploading again tomorrow. Live streaming, probably painting or lighting it. I don't think I'm going to light it today, I can't really be bothered. I need to get out, man. The days are blending together. Yeah, I've said that many times today, but the days are truly blending together. Yeah, I need to get out. Right. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Enjoy your week. And